Yung supposedly sa witness kay Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, ano po magiging impact nito sa kaso?
I believe that a recantation this early would be very beneficial to the pastor. And I would like to add that this is not the first time that Senator Risa Ontiveros has been accused of trying to suborn perjury or trying to tamper with witness. There are at least two other instances aside from alias Rene, where I have personal experience that Senator Ontiveros tried to tamper with witnesses and coach them as to what to say.
Senator Tulfo ay naniniwalang importanteng dumaan pa rin sa paglilitis ang bise. Nang sa gayon daw ay mapakinggan at mailatag ang mga ebidensya para nga makapagbaba ng hatol. Umaasa rin po si Senador Soto na agad-agad pong tatalakayin ng Senado na tumatayo pong impeachment court ang Articles of Impeachment. Dapat daw po'y mag-convene na kaagad sa July 29, isang araw matapos pong magbukas ang 20th Congress. Matatandaan pong ibinalik nga ng Senado sa Kamara ang naturang Articles of Impeachment para hingian sila ng sertifikasyon na ito'y hindi lumalabag sa konstitusyon. Pero nga po tingin ng bagong miyembro po ng House Prosecution na si Akbayan Party List Representative Chel Jokno, baka ito'y patubong lamang kaya nila binigyan po ng mando ng Senado ang Kamara na mag-issue ng certification dahil baka ito rin daw itong paglabag sa one-year ban.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Reaction update Pinas nagbabalik na. Ang ganda ho ng pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Walang iba kundi ang trial ni VP Sara. Dito mga ka-update, tuloy-tuloy na nga ang complaint ng Kamara laban sa kanya. Dito ho, papakita po ni Atty. Topacio kung paano po niya dinidepensahan itong complaint at trial ni VP Sara. Sa ating ang pag-usapan mga ka-update, ito nga mga Tulfo brothers, minamadali na itong impeachment ni VP Sara at ayaw ho nilang patalo. Ay, lalo na itong si Tito Soto mga kabit na sabi niya raw, di umano walang i-dismiss o hindi pwedeng i-dismiss ang trial ni VP. Kaya mga kabit, kahit naman na hindi ma-dismiss itong trial ni VP Sara, matuloy man o hindi, lalaban po si VP Sara. Ipapakita niya po sa administrasyon ni Bobong Marcos na hindi niyo po siya kayang apihin at malilinis ang pangalan niya. Kaya mga update, pakinggan ho natin ang magiging payag dito ni VP Sara. Kaya pati na rin po si Atty. Topacio. Kaya mga update, simulan na ho natin.
Diablos lawyer Ferdinand Topacio has appointed as a spokesperson of the Partido Democratico Pilipino on matters related to the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte. He joins us live via Zoom. Attorney, welcome back to News and Views. Thank you very much for joining us. Attorney, audio niyo po.
Nakamute po kayo, attorney.
I'll repeat that. Sorry, Direct, take two. Thank you very much. It's always an honor to be on your show.
All right, attorney, let's clear first and foremost yung role niyo po as PDP spokesperson kasi sabi nila may spokesperson na daw ang impeachment court, may spokesperson daw ang prosecution. Si VP Sara may spokesperson. So ano yung specific role niyo po?
Ang specific role ko po with respect to the party is to make known to the public the sentiments of PDP with respect to the impeachment case, which is a matter of grave national importance. And every political party has not only the right but the obligation to contribute to the national debate. Because as the late Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes once said, the ultimate good desired is better reached in the free trade of ideas.
Pero attorney, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, si VP Sara po ay hindi naman po miyembro ng PDP?
Hindi po. She has her own regional party, Hugpong, and of course, I cannot speak for that particular party nor
Yes.
for VP Sara Duterte. She has her own spokesman, and the PDP also has its own
Right.
general spokesman who is Attorney Raul Lambino. My authority is limited to all matters pertaining to the impeachment process.
Okay. So, ano po ba ang una nating agenda, no? Being isang spokesperson po ngayon related nga po dito sa impeachment trial ni VP Sara Duterte. Ano po ba ang inyong reaksyon doon sa mga kritiko na nagsasabi na ang ilang mga senador, no, na dapat mag-inhibit sa impeachment trial?
Nagsalita na nga po ako dyan because may mga grupo po katulad itong Tindig Pilipinas na sinasabi nilang yung mga may political affiliations daw ay dapat mag-inhibit. Forgetting that there is a sui generis character to an impeachment process which makes it political in nature. For instance, unlike other courts wherein judges are appointed, the senator judges in an impeachment trial are of course elected senators of the republic who have their own political affiliation. Ngayon po, kung gagawin po nilang base yan na inhibition ay political affiliation or political party, lahat po halos niyang nasyan sa Senado ngayon ay may political party. At kung ipa-inhibit niyo po yung mga political parties na identified with VP Sara, you should also call for the recusal of the senator judges who have political connections with the congressmen who signed the impeachment complaint, who advanced and transmitted it to the Senate. Ano pong mangyayari? Wala pong matitira sa impeachment court. Paano po tayo conduct ng impeachment trial kung wala pong senator judges? So it's given. If you take it to its logical conclusion, yung call nila for inhibition, it will lead to absurd consequences.
Pero attorney, singit ko lang, no? Kasi ang iba pong, yung pinupunto po ng iba, no, sinasabi po nila, okay, granted na lahat po tayo may mga political affiliation, especially yung mga senator judges na yan. But particularly si Senator Amy Marcos, si Senator Bato de la Rosa, Senator Robin Padilla, Senator Bongo, ay talagang inilalahad po yung alliances po nila kay VP Sara. To the point na kasama pa po sila sa The Hague, sa ibang bansa, at meron pa pong isang pagkakataon na parang ini-endorso pa po si VP Sara na maging tumakbo bilang presidente. Yun po yung iba pong pinupunto.
Well, Senator Risa Ontiveros wants to be president and she has already shown her bias against any party or any person connected with President Duterte from the beginning. Why should she not be called to inhibit? Yun pong sinasabi nila na mali daw yung remand. Voted favorably upon by 18 senators. At yun daw ay bias, ibig bang sabihin, yung 80 na yun ay magre-recuse din. Ang matitira po ay 5. Hindi po natin alam kung ilan ang matitira sa susunod na composition ng Senado sa 20th Congress. So talagang hindi po pwede yung recusal na yan. Hindi po pwede considering the nature of an impeachment court. So I think they better abandon that. Because what's sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. Mag-inhibit na lahat ng kalaban ni VP Sara dyan. At marami pong identified dyan na kalaban ni VP Sara.
Attorney, let's just take it back a little now. Just at least to make it clear, ano ba ang official stand ng PDP with regards to going to trial in sa impeachment na ito? Are you for dismissing this even before it hits trial, or gusto natin buksan ng evidence at doon na lang tayo tumingin?
We are for due process po.
Okay.
And part of due process are adjective rules. Adjective rules meaning procedural rules. At hindi po natin matakamit ang substantial justice if we do not follow procedural rules. At ayon po sa procedural rules, every court has the obligation, has the mandate before going into trial to see to it that it has jurisdiction. That is a fundamental principle applicable to even the lowest courts. Kahit po yung Metropolitan Trial Court, Municipal Trial Court, kapag nag-file po kayo ng complaint dyan, titignan muna nila kung it falls within their jurisdiction. So, while a lot of people seem to be pushing for trial, there can be no trial unless jurisdiction is firmly established. Jurisdiction is defined as the power to hear and determine a case. If any tribunal, including the impeachment court, tries a case without the corresponding jurisdiction, all proceedings shall be null and void. Gusto ba natin yun? Na erase pa ang question of jurisdiction in the middle of the trial? We should settle it once and for all at the beginning. So the trial itself will not be vitiated with a genetic defect that may later make all proceedings null and void ab initio or from the start.
Pero yung stand ba, attorney ng partido, was Congress remiss in their duties as to how fast they transmitted the articles of impeachment? Kasi they waited po para maipon daw ang apat bago na-approve sa plenary.
Ang amin pong stand dyan ay simple lamang po, sir. Ang stand namin is number one, that the impeachment complaint violates the one-year ban. And number two, there is a serious question as to whether or not the impeachment complaint will survive the 19th Congress becoming functus officio. We are now in the 20th Congress. Our stand is it will not survive. So it is these two things that should be settled with finality before any trial is to proceed.
Well, attorney, we recognize po yung sinasabi nyo about jurisdiction of the case, etc. Iba po nagsasabi kasi yung baka daw po yung possibility to dismiss the case itself, hindi pa po mag-umpisa yung trial. Some of the legal luminaries are saying na hindi daw po pwede. Even the incoming Senator Tito Soto, Senator Ping Lacson saying na hindi naman po pwede yung Senator Judges ang magsabi ng mag-motion to dismiss dahil sila yung magiging Senator Judge. Your thoughts on that po?
Actually po, well, I doubt it very much whether as former Senate President Tito Soto and Senator Ping Lacson, with all due respect, are legal luminaries. All of their opinions as to legal aspects are just that, opinions, as is my opinion on this matter. However, we have to consider the doctrine of express and implied powers. When a court, any court, not just the impeachment court, is vested with certain powers, explicitly, naka-enumerate po yung mga powers niyan, kung ano-anong pwedeng gawin. It is also vested impliedly with powers in order to carry out its mandate. And one of its mandate is to see to it that it has jurisdiction before hearing any impeachment case. Kapag wala pong jurisdiction, even an ordinary court, at the CA, the Supreme Court, in so many instances, even regional trial courts have motu proprio. Motu proprio meaning on its own. It has dismissed cases on the ground that it does not have jurisdiction.
Ayan nga po mga kapatid, medyo nalilinawan na ho tayo dito sa pahayag ni Atty. Topacio. Dahil mga kapatid, tama nga naman, pag wala hong jurisdiction ang Senado o Supreme Court dito sa isinasampang kaso ng Kamara laban sa kanya, wala ho, pwede pong ma-dismiss. Tulad nga na sinabi ni SP Chis Escudero, can be dismissed, sabi niya, sa impeachment o complaint dito kay BP Sara. Kasi mga kapatid, wala nga po pong sapat na ebidensya dito at hindi matibay ang ebidensya ng Kamara kontra kay BP Sara. Aabot ba ng 4 na beses ang complaint mo kung malakas ang ebidensya mo? Di ba? Napapahiya na lang po sila di ba?
Same holds true with an impeachment court. The only difference, aside from the fact that the senator judges are elected rather than appointed, is that an impeachment court only has one jurisdiction, a jurisdictional subject vested by law, which is to hear and decide cases of impeachment against the enumerated impeachable officials in our Constitution.
Okay, so, well, we all know naman po yung years of experience nyo po as lawyer sa courtroom po. I was wondering po kung hindi po ba kayo nilapitan ng team ni VP Sara para maging parte po ng kanyang defense team sa upcoming impeachment trial, if ever?
Hindi po, kasi yung mga nilapitan naman po nila lubhang mas magagaling po yung mga yon kesa sa akin. So I think she is very well represented and that she has a very good defense team. And I know some of them, they're really the creme de la creme when it comes to the legal profession.
But setting that aside po, have you seen po the ano na po, yung parang defense play na gagawin po ng defense? Do you think po ba malaki po ang laban seeing with what's happening, yung reports and everything, malaki po ang laban ni VP Sara na siya po ay ma-acquit or in essence, ma-dismiss po kaagad itong impeachment sa kanya?
There are two things, ano po, acquittal or conviction in an impeachment court is dependent on so many factors other than the merits of the case, and we have seen that happen. in the case of CJ Corona, who was convicted on very flimsy grounds. So, sa merits po, hindi po to talagang korte where there are strict laws of evidence being applied. Talagang may political component po ito. So, I would not hazard a guess as to how the trial is going to come out, either for or against VP Sara. I would just like to give my very humble opinion on the substance of the impeachment complaint, that these are, well, to quote Abraham Lincoln, it is as thin as the soup made from boiling the shadow of a chicken that has been starved to death. Napakanitis po. Can you imagine, pati tantrum, sinali pa, pati yung mga actuations niya as mayor, pati yung refusal niya to condemn China. It is not the place of the Vice President to set foreign policy. The foreign policy of any country is set by the President and by qualified political agency by the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. So all of these offenses, even granting them to be true, are not impeachable offenses.
And Attorney, before we let you go, of course, I'd like to ask po, with the recent recantation of yung supposedly sa witness kay Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, ano po magiging impact nito sa kaso?
I believe that a recantation this early would be very beneficial to the pastor. And I would like to add that this is not the first time that Senator Risa Ontiveros has been accused of trying to suborn perjury or trying to tamper with witness. There are at least 2 other instances aside from alias Rene, where I have personal experience that Senator Ontiveros tried to tamper with witnesses and coach them as to what to say.
Okay, and on to your next slide before we let you go. Last na po, I know
Yes.
we're taking so much of your time.
No
Kumusta po
problem.
si Congressman Arnie Teves?
Well, I'm happy to report that Congressman Teves, although he has been experiencing abdominal pains, hindi na po katulad nung dati where he said that the pain scale level is 10/10. Ngayon po, mga 4 or 5/10. And last night, after so many delays, he was eventually transferred back to Annex 2 of the BJMP facility in Bicutan. So he's there. He has been there since 8:30 p.m. last night, and he continues to be there. We just have a follow-up request from his doctors to check him up inside his cell, not no
So, wala
longer to
naman
be
pong-
returned to the PGH,
okay.
just to make sure that everything is healing well.
Wala naman po kayong plano mag-file ng request for hospital arrest or something?
Wala po, wala at this time. I think the necessity for hospitalization is over with the laparoscopic surgery on his appendix and the other interventions nung nagkaroon po ng komplikasyon after the operation. So harinawa ay hindi na po mga ilangan ma-ospital si Congressman Teves. Mahirap din naman po sa ospital. Magastos pa.
Alright.
Ayun nga mga kapatid, no? Sa ating pinaliwanag ni Atty. Topacio, malinaw na pwedeng ma-dismiss itong impeachment complaint at trial ni VP Sara dahil nga hindi po sapat ang ebidensya nitong kamera laban sa kanya. Kaya mga update, susunod naman po natin itong mga senator judges sa impeachment ni VP Sara. Sino-sino nga ba ang magiging pasok bilang senator judges na kukontra sa kanya? Kaya mga update, pakinggan ho natin ito.
Balita, gustong marinig at makita ng ilang papasok na senator judges ang mga ebidensya at testimonya kaugnay pa rin po sa impeachment case ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Kabilang sa mga bagong halal na senador sina Senador Bam Aquino, Erwin Tulfo, Kiko Pangilinan, Rodante Marcoleta, Ping Lacson, Tito Soto at Camille Villar. Senator Tulfo ay naniniwalang importanteng dumaan pa rin sa paglilitis ang bise. Nang sa gayon daw ay mapakinggan at mailatag ang mga ebidensya para nga makapagbaba ng hatol. Umaasa rin po si Senador Soto na agad-agad pong tatalakayin ng Senado na tumatayo pong impeachment court ang Articles of Impeachment. Dapat daw po'y mag-convene na kaagad sa July 29, isang araw matapos pong magbukas ang 20th Congress. Matatandaan pong ibinalik nga ng Senado sa Kamara ang naturang Articles of Impeachment para hingian sila ng sertipikasyon na ito'y hindi lumalabag sa konstitusyon. Pero nga po tingin ng bagong miyembro po ng House Prosecution na si Akbayan Party List Representative Chel Jokno, baka ito'y patubong lamang kaya nila binigyan po ng mando ng Senado ang Kamara na mag-issue ng certification dahil baka ito rin daw itong paglabag sa one-year ban. Dagdag pa ni Jokno, hinug na nga po raw ang impeachment case kaya dapat nang umpisahan ang paglilitis.
Nakikinig daw ang Pangulong Bongbong Marcos Jr. sa sentimiento ng publiko kaugnay ng posibilidad ng pagbabalik ng Pilipinas sa ICC. Kasunod yan ang lumabas sa Octa Research Survey na 57% ng Pinoy ang gustong lumagda ulit ang Pilipinas sa Rome Statute, ang kasunduang nagtatag sa International Criminal Court o ICC. Ayon sa palasyo, pinag-aaralan ito ngayon ng Pangulo.
Yung ganito mga sentimiento po ng ating mga kababayan ay dinidinig naman po ng ating Pangulo. So tignan na lang po natin sa mga susunod na araw kung ano po ang magiging saloobin ng Pangulo sa pag-rejoin sa ICC.
Yan nga po ang tinig ni Palace Press Officer Attorney Claire Castro. Bumuelta rin ang Malacanang sa pahayag ni Vice President Sara Duterte na hindi niya obligasyong ipaliwanag ang kanyang mga biyahe sa ibang bansa. Una nang iginit ng bise na personal ang mga ito, pero tinabla siya ng palasyo.
Ang kakulangan po sa kaalaman sa batas, sa ethical standards ay hindi po maikukubli sa pagmumura o pang-iinsulto. Simple lang naman po. Bakasyon o trabaho. Siya naman po ang nagbanggit na nagtatrabaho. Not on a holiday. So kapag nagtrabaho, dala ang posisyon, dala ang bandera ng Pilipinas, may official functions.
Muli, yan po ang
Alam mo, Aling Claire Castro, ang pinakatrabaho ng OBP o si Vice President Sara Duterte ay hinihintay niya lang kung matitigok etong si Bongbong Marcos at makaupo bilang presidente. Yan po talaga ang pinakamisyon o pinakatrabaho ng Vice President. Ganyan po ang trabaho, hindi yung putak ka ng putak, hindi mo naman alam ang pinagsasabi mo, di ba?
tinig ni Palace Press Officer Attorney Claire Castro.
Sa ibang mga tampok na balita, kulang sa ebidensya kaya daw po hindi raw makausad ang investigasyon ng PNP tungkol pa rin sa mga nawawalang sabungero. Ayon po sa PNP Internal Affairs Service, kailangan po ng sinumpaang salaysay mula dito kay Elias Totoy na isa po sa mga akusado na nagsasabing nasa 20 pulis umano ang sangkot nga sa pagkawala ng mga sabungero. Ito'y para raw po makatulong sa pagsasampa ng kaso laban sa mga inaakusahang pulis. Hindi pa rin daw kasi alam ng PNP ang pangalan ng mga pulis na idinadawit. 4 na taon na pong nawawala ang 34 na mga sabungero. Una pong sinabi nitong si Elias Totoy na itinapon daw ang mga bangkay ng mga nawawalang sabungero sa Taal Lake.
Isinusulong na sa Senado na taasan ng minimum na taya sa mga online pasugalan para lalong hindi makasali ang mga kabataan. Sa ilalim po ng panukalang Online Gambling Regulatory Framework, gusto ni Senator Win Gatchalian na taasan ng taya. Hindi raw epektibo kung pagpapataw ng total ban sa sugal dahil gagawin lamang nitong underground o patago ang mga pasugalan. Kaya sa ilalim ng panukala ay tataas sa 21 years old mula sa 18 anyos ang pupwedeng tumaya sa online gambling para mas mahirapang sumali ang mga menor de edad. Kakailanganin din ang biometrics at ID ng mga sasali para tiyaking nasa tamang edad ang mga tataya. Lalagyan din ng floor price o minimum na taya para mahirapan ang mga kabataan na sumali.
Samantala po naman, kinumpirma ng palasyo na 6 na opisyal ang pinalitan ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. sa Bureau of Customs. Ayon po sa palasyo, hindi lang si Commissioner Bienvenido Rubio ang inalis dahil may 5 opisyal pa raw ng BOC ang pinalitan din. Una nga pong lumutang ang Rigodon sa BOC nang manumpa agad-agad forthwith bilang bagong Customs Commissioner si dating NDRRMC Executive Director Ariel Nepomuceno. Tumanggi namang kumpirmahin ng Malacanang ang dahilan ng pagkakasibak ng 6 na opisyal. Pero iginit nitong gusto lang daw ng Pangulo na paigtingin ang koleksyon ng buwis at masugpo ang smuggling sa Bureau of Customs.
Nakita niyo yan mga kabit, nangasibak ho yung mga nagtatrabaho dyan. Siyempre may paluluklukin na naman ho itong si Bongbong Marcos para nang sa ganon, alam nyo na ho. Ayan mga kabit, dito na lang natin tatapusin ang ating reaction video.